great to have you with us from Faurot Field, Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. A day full of college football has been great, but there's something special about a Saturday night game. It's the Penn State Nittany Lions and the Missouri Tigers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Checking in with Coach Eli Drinkwitz before the game. He knows that there's a lot of excitement for this home game, but most importantly, the weather is clear. We were wondering how the forecast would shake out, and it is calm and beautiful. Should be an impactful game here with great weather, great opportunities, and a fast surface. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. And the Nittany Lions will kick off first, and here we go. And here's the return. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Oh, he's got some space. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
And it really doesn't matter who plays quarterback in this offense because Ahmad Hardy is option 1, 2, and 3. And you saw him a year ago, man. Not only does he have that home run speed to make big plays, but he also runs that stretch play so nice and breaks tackles and uses his physicality. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here's a give to Hardy. Maybe some room here. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Simmons throws for the tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
Man, that's a tough play to make. When you're that far down the field and you're trying to control your body and run as you're laying out, that's a really great effort, really good concentration, and that is how you make your quarterback look really good.
After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal. Quarterback will keep it. It's a fumble on the play. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And that's a frustrating end to a promising drive. When you get the first drive, you start to go down the field, get in the enemy territory, thinking you might get points, and you do what you can't do. You make that mistake, put the ball on the deck, defense recovers, and gets the momentum in this football game.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. We'll see what this offense can do sitting inside its own 20. Using his legs, it's Martin. And they get to him early, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 4.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get those running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Just feeds the running back. That'll be a beneficial run as he creates some breathing room and gets it up to the 13-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. That one just came off his hand badly.
QB decided not to hand it off on that RPO. Defense, great job taking the throwaway, now setting up 4th.
The Nittany Lions send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong, only called on twice in the victory last week. He's brought down, and he looked for room to return it, and there wasn't much there. Here come the Missouri Tigers. The offense ready to go to work. After that last drive, he came back to the sideline, and the coach probably said, "You dropped it? You didn't pick it up? Come on, get on the ball, Dave."
No, that's not what he said. He said, "You're doing a great job. Just keep your head up." Yo, he got blasted. You got to hold on to the football, Palmer. Turnovers decide games. Those are big plays.
It's tough on him, too, because he knows he let his offense down on that last drive. So you know that guy's eager and anxious to come out here and make a play.
Throwing Simmons. Makes the grab. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down.
Well, and it'll be interesting to see the passing attack for Missouri this year under Eli Drinkwitz. He's done a pretty good job in recent years of going to the portal and finding his guy. Now, obviously, you lose Bo Pribula. He was only in this offense for a year. And, David, they go to Oxford to bring in Austin Simmons, and they've got a quarterback who, like Pribula, can throw it but can run it as well and hurt you with his athleticism.
Well, it's so interesting to watch Austin Simmons, and sometimes it's just the right fit, the right spot. We've seen some great highs from him, but obviously Trinidad comes in, takes his job. He's on the bench. He has to find a new location, new life, and a good offense with a good run game. Let's see what Austin Simmons can do.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. Austin Simmons wants to fire again. Finds his man. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And that's why, for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Still nothing on the board as we open up play here in the 2nd quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Here's Hardy. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
Now, you want to be a great run defense, your DBs have to be great tacklers. And I love the way he comes up, sees the run. I know he makes the money in the back end covering passes, but when you got a guy that can fly up and make tackles, man, does your defense go to a different level.
On the direct snap, it's Hardy. He is going nowhere as the defense is manhandling this running game.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Simmons from the gun on third down. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Absolutely center cut. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Got it across the 20 and out to the 23, a pickup of 4. These guys have taken some serious lumps in Big Ten play, and I want to see if they've become demoralized.
Yeah, I think you're going to find out a lot about their mental toughness here in this game, because at the start of the season, they were hoping to compete in Big Ten play. They've had some bounces not go their way. They've had some guys get injured. And now is the time in this game right here that you can turn it around by getting a win.
And it's hard. Obviously, such a difficult conference. The Big Ten, you got to bring your A game so many times or else you do get beat. You've had some setbacks. Now, how are we going to finish? We've talked about this season. We've talked about what we want to do, and we might not be living up to expectations, but we can control finishing strong.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Turns into the pile. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
And it's not a decision time. You're going for this. You're near midfield. Sometimes those punts will go in the back of the end zone. You're going to net like 25, 30 yards at the most. No. Get the big boy pads on. Strap the extra mouthpiece. Let's go get the first down.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Needs it.
Well, how's that for being aggressive? Early in the game, 4th down in your own territory, and you go for it. And then your offense is able to come up with the big play, generate a ton of momentum, and stay on the field. That is impressive.
The Nittany Lions getting set on 1st and 10. Follows his blocks. It's Martin.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Fires left. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up third down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Looking downfield, it's Beck. Throws to the tight end. A strike downfield. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Quick completion to the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, you're trailing into games. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running is able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
Run in the red zone. It's Hansen. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it second. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to go up top on second down. And they can't make the connection.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Plows his way ahead. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into fourth down. Now the Tigers will spend their third and final timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on fourth down again. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. He got it, beat down in bounds. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Quarterback changing the play. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Between the hashes, it's Terry. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Picked off! What a play by this defense! He was trying to get that return going. Instead, he'll hand it to his offense at the 38.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Takes the handoff. It's Martin.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. And I think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Now they'll try the right side. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Oh, pressure's coming. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a two-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. They'll give it to Hardy. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the number 8 team, the Texas A&M Aggies. And it's the Buckeyes coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. And it moves their mark to 6-1 as they continue to play awfully well here in the season's first half. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. On the ground, it's Martin.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
On the move. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. A defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Drives inside. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. This offense gets into plus territory. They're going to go for it regardless of their field goal kicker's range. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Goodness gracious. That's 3 for 3 now on 4th downs. That's just, it's nuts. I don't think you're going to make a living on this. I don't think you're always going to make this happen. And defensively, just keep trying to get them to 4th down. You're going to get a stop on one of these plays.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the back. He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Finds a crease at the 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out in front. Where are the defenders? I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Missouri's offense heads out ready to go. This is a huge drive for this offense, down 21-3 and needing to get back in the game. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Fires immediately. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Here's Simmons to throw. Got it in the middle. It's Hardy. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
What's a great job by the quarterback there, understanding you're being blitzed, you know you're not going to be able to hold on to it very long, so find the back, get it into his hands quickly, let him go pick up the first.
Back to throw, it's Simmons. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. Missouri gets to the line quickly. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got his man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they draw closer. It's 21-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. Slips through the line. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? They won't get him. It's a touchdown. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. He might have been looking just to set up his offense, but he put a touchdown on the board with that 92-yard return. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Simmons. Caught over the middle. It's Hardy. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Here's a give to Hardy. At the 35, he's open. There he goes. The 30, the 20. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up to add another. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They go to the counter. Fights off a defender. Got the first down. Running free. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. He got loose, and it was lights out after that. This defense not only searching for answers, they're still searching for that running back.
And searching for angles. My goodness, this dude, he runs so fast, he erases angles. People trying to catch him, they didn't realize how much burners he had. He kicked it in gear, and there was no getting it.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Throwing Simmons. Shoots it to the left. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. That kind of play can really get you going, not only on defense, but the great field position for the O at the 37. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Gonna run it. It's Wallace. Found that crease, and they knock him down after a pickup of 5 to the 32. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. The give. Down to the 26-yard line where the tackle is made. Pickup of 5 and a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions, and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Nittany Lions with the 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going. You're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the 4th down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big 4th down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to...
Turning on the Jets. The 40. Past the 20. Into the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Getting set for the point after. Right down the boulevard. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Turning it on! A huge pickup, knocked out of bounds at the 30, but they are in business.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force-feed you the football to try and ice this game. He's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Gets it inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line with a pickup of 4. Timeout on the field. Missouri calls it 2nd. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Bush is ahead. Can't get him to the ground. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Well, this offense, they started the drive with great field position. They're being methodical here. They're not hitting the home run necessarily and scoring these big explosive touchdowns, but they're getting third down conversions. They're staying on the field. They do a nice job there running the football. They look like they're in control. That's a good sign.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
This is a pretty easy situation for the offense right here, guys. We need one play. We need one run up front. O-line, we need you to come through for us and ice this game. They do a great job allowing that back to pick up the first.
And it's just physicality up front. The big boys creating some space because the defense knew what was going on. They have to get a stop here or this football game is over. A lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. They can't get it done, and it is over.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Try to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll give it to Hardy. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Burns. Out wide right, it's Terry. Breaks into the open. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Holds on, it's Terry. And he was off to the races, finally tripped up at the 36. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Here's Simmons to throw. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team. And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Hit as he throws. Complete in the middle. And that is how we will wrap this one up.